suffered. Lessons for the future. We must not repeat the same mistake. The lessons learned by shedding blood must remain ingrained with the military. Other instruments of national power dealing with security and defense of the country must also take note of those lessons. Today, we have the hindsight to understand the war better. It's been 25 years since we fought the Pakistanis intruders on those icy heights. Accurate recording of history is important, and any misconceptions and myths that grow around them, those military events, must be discouraged. To learn lessons from this war, from this experience, is important, but it's more important to learn the right lessons from this war. The importance of Kargil war extends beyond the immediate military outcomes. It was a conflict that underscored the need for a robust and responsive defense strategy. The Kargil conflict highlighted the significance of maintaining vigilance and preparedness for safeguarding our borders. It also emphasized the importance of public and international diplomacy. A mention of that was made by Barun, a strategy which was then used effectively, not only to neutralize the narratives being created by the inimical adversaries, but also to gain global popular support for that particular war. Kargil war was a limited war. It was the first limited war fought on this subcontinent, and it was fought under a nuclear overhang. Another mention was made of this. Both nations had demonstrated the nuclear weapon capability in 1988. Both these terms were new to India, to the Indian Armed Forces, and to the Indian subcontinent. There are lessons to be drawn from it. In my view, there will always be more than a casual connect between limited war, full-scale conflict, and nuclear deterrence. A somewhat similar kind of a scenario right now is being played in the conflict in Eastern Europe. Let me talk about intelligence. It is said that the price of freedom is eternal vigilance. It is said actually in the context of protecting democracy, but it's even relevant for the military. I'm not sure if we could have picked up those small tidbits of information that were available at that time to build the larger picture. We sometimes remain too focused on the immediate and easy tasks that we ignore the bigger picture. We miss the woods for the trees. Counterinsurgency operations in the Kashmir Valley was a challenge that made us forget to see what was happening beyond the great Himalayan range. Similarly, military leadership actually of today must have the ability to have a 360-degree kind of an outlook towards the threats and challenges that face the nation. A lot has been written about this war, about the lack of suboptimal jointmanship during this particular war. We have taken a bit long to promote jointness and jointmanship. This is one of the tasks actually interested to my appointment at the CDS. And actually, I'm happy to inform you all that we have moved beyond jointness and we are actually working towards promoting a joint culture which is slightly distinct from the culture of individual service, a Navy, Army, or an Air Force culture. Integrating the three services into multiple domains is another success which we've been able to achieve in some manner. We are also trying to create joint structures for operations that would separate out force generation from force application. And that will be two distinct kind of fields. Another thing which we actually saw during the Kargil war was, the cognitive part of the war. It was the first war which brought the war actually into our bedrooms. It caught the nation's imagination as well as attention. It also brought out the importance of free and open media that existed on our side of the state, that is in India, and on the other side of the border where it was state-sponsored media. It made a big difference during the Kargil war and will make a bigger difference in the future wars. With constant battle of narratives attempting to shape perceptions across the world, there is no denying that information domain has emerged as another way to a key battle victories. Let me talk about the future warfare. We've spoken about the Kargil war and the lessons it has given to us. While we discuss and draw lessons from the past, we must look into the future, as no war in future is going to be fought as the last one. and Indian armed forces must be prepared for the same. War and warfare is evolving at a very, very rapid pace. Its character as well as nature is both changing very rapidly because of rapid transformation in technology and ongoing geopolitical flux. Both are following a very non-linear and unpredictable path. We can say that we are actually now on the cusp of a third revolution in military affairs, and the Indian Armed Forces must plan to enter this particular revolution in military affairs along with the advanced militaries of the world. The nature of military and non-military security challenges bring to fore the imperative need for the armed forces to be prepared for multi-domain and multi-spectrum challenges. There is an inescapable requirement of seamless integration across all domains: land, sea, air, space, information, and cyberspace, and infusion of interoperable systems among various branches of the armed forces. That, I think, will lay the basic foundation for us to be prepared for warfare of the future. Multiple initiatives are being taken by the armed forces to maintain an edge over our adversary. Improvements in our warfighting doctrines, strategy, and concepts as per perceived threats have been enunciated. Capability development to include infrastructure and robust operational logistics is being attempted in a very progressive kind of manner through ingenious means to build a future-ready armed forces. Multiple reorganization and restructuring initiatives are going on, enhancing the warfighting efficiency and effectiveness. Let me conclude by actually talking about the Kargil war once again. Pakistan always wanted to get even with us after the defeat in 1971. The preemptive occupation of Siachen Glacier by us in 1984 was another humiliation which Pakistan suffered. It launched Operation Kargil to redeem its operations in Kargil to redeem its honor, but clearly all its effort fell short of its aim. Like in past, it had overbid its hand. The proxy war that we witness today is a continuation of the same ideology and mindset that has not changed, and hence we must, as Oliver Cromwell has said, trust in God, but keep your powder dry. Kargil war, which has become synonymous to the resoluteness, selflessness, fierce courage, and determination of our armed forces, inspires and collectively exhorts all of us to focus towards the future threats and challenges. We must maintain a high degree of operational preparedness to face these kind of challenges. Towards the end, once again, I'd like to thank the organizers for organizing this Bharat Gallantry Award ceremony. My good wishes for this particular event. Thank you, and Jai Hind.